Hello, Chicago Fire fans. Welcome back to our channel. I hope your day was fantastic. Before we start, kindly like and subscribe. EXCLUSIVE. After only 2 early 2025 to 26 renewals for freshman comedies, sets Dennis Medical and Happy's Place, NBC begins its pickups today with 3 of its most successful programs, the formidable One Chicago franchise. Prior to the network's 2025 to 26 schedule announcement next Monday, NBC has renewed Chicago Fire for a 14th season, Chicago PD for a 13th season, and Chicago Med for an 11th season. The pickup was announced on social media with a video featuring numerous Chicago Fire cast members, which you can see below. As Deadline reported last month, the renewal of the 3 Chicago series and the rest of Wolf Entertainment NBC dramas was never in doubt. Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med, as well as Law and Order. SVU lead NBC's linear scripted ratings and Peacock's viewership list. According to NBC Universal, the current seasons of Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD have reached nearly 46 million total viewers season to date across NBC and Peacock, with all 3's streaming viewership rising year over year. Prior to the renewal, the network and sibling studio Universal Television, the studio behind the Wolf Entertainment series, discussed budgets as they do every year. They resulted in some cuts to One Chicago, which is considered common practice for veteran shows of that caliber since they get more expensive with age. As Deadline exclusively reported 2 years ago, Wolf Entertainment and Universal TV decreased the minimum guarantees for the majority of Chicago and Law and Order cast members heading into the 2022 to 23 season. The cost-saving strategy, which is often used in long-running ensemble dramas, incorporates series regulars not appearing in every produced episode. Back then, the reduction was a couple of episodes, 2 for most cast members. That still is believed to be the case now, with the range of episodes next season that some actors won't be in said to be about 2 to 4. In another wrinkle, I hear the casts of the Chicago dramas, which film in the Windy City, have been asked to take on Illinois residency, with the episode count for those who don't become residents expected to slide further. The overall 2025 to 26 orders for the 3 Chicago shows are still in flux, but I hear they will likely be a tad shorter than this season. Also an ongoing trend in broadcast TV that saves the network's money. In another budget increase curbing move, some One Chicago cast members will have to forego their annual 5% raise, sources said. With the renewals in place, One Chicago still needs to sign a few veteran cast members whose contracts expire this season, including Chicago Fire star Taylor Kinney. I've heard that talks with them are now underway. 2 Chicago Fire cast members, Daniel Keary and Jake Lockett, will not return for the upcoming season as a cost-cutting move, Deadline exclusively learned last month. According to insiders, additional One Chicago departures are possible. One Chicago, described by NBC as the most-watched drama franchise on broadcast TV in Live Plus 7, has helped the network dominate Wednesday nights. There are 3 shows which pioneered the integrated franchise universe, also work well together, with the January 29 crossover setting Live Plus 7 season high marks for each show. In its 10th season, Chicago Med, which airs at 8 p.m. Wednesdays, is executive produced by Dick Wolf, Alan McDonald, Stephen Hootstein, and Peter Jankowski. In its 13th season, Chicago Fire, which airs at 9 p.m. Wednesdays, is executive produced by Dick Wolf, Andre Newman, Reza Tabrizi, Matt Whitney, and Peter Jankowski. This article contains spoilers for Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 21, Open Casket. Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 21, finds Hank Voight and the Chicago Police Intelligence Unit one step closer to taking down Deputy Chief Reed, with the assistance of Chapman and vital info from drug smuggling leader Jesus Otero. However, the episode ends on a cliffhanger, with Reed knowing that Voight and his crew are after him, resulting in him stripping Burgess and Torres of their badges and disbanding the unit altogether. Voight refuses to talk to Chapman when she knocks on his door, leaving questions regarding how he intends to handle Reed in the Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 22 Final. Reed has been the focal point of Chicago PD Season 12 and is a perfect nemesis for Voight because both men have experience of going beyond the law and using corrupt methods, like murder and planting evidence, to get what they want. However, the difference is that Reed uses his methods of control to harm anyone, while Voight does it to protect his team and informants to take down criminals. Will Voight use Chapman and his unit to take down Reed, or will he revert to his old corrupt ways after his unit was disbanded? Reed disbands intelligence in Chicago PD Season 12, Episode 21. The unit is in crisis thanks to Reed and his nefarious planning. The intelligence unit is disbanded at the end of Episode 21 because Reed knows that Voight and his crew are after him. Voight persuades Otero to provide info on Reed by holding his son, who used his dad's product to do business. Otero cooperates with Voight because he's fearful of the deputy chief and the harm he could cause to him, saying that Reed is different and more dangerous than everyone. Voight and his team attempt to catch Reed's corruption by setting up a fake robbery at Otero's funeral home, which Otero uses to smuggle drugs into dead bodies. Dick Wolf's One Chicago franchise continues to be the crown jewel of NBC's fall schedule, but will Chicago PD get renewed for its 13th season? However, Voight's plan backfires because Reed is immediately suspicious of Otero when he tells him about the fake robbery, and also had one of his men with Otero at the funeral home where the planned heist took place. This twist underscored Reed's powerful ability to have eyes and ears on everyone, from police to criminals. Due to intelligence's failed plan, Reed disbands the unit and has Torres and Bigest badges stripped, using the excuse of Torres' illegal relationship with CI Gloria Perez. The disbandment of intelligence places Voight in a challenging position because his unit is now at risk of losing their careers, and Torres, Bigest, and the sergeant are facing potential prison time. This is the situation Voight wanted to avoid in the first place, because when it comes to enemies who intentionally go after intelligence, Voight would traditionally rely on his extreme methods to resolve the situation and protect his team from any wrongdoing. However, Voight has had to put aside his old corrupt ways for the sake of protecting his career and his colleagues. The sergeant must continue to grow and evolve, which has been made possible in Chicago PD thanks to Voight's relationship with Nina Chapman. The ADA has grown close to Voight by confessing her feelings for him and providing support during challenging cases, including Reed's. Voight has also agreed to open up more to his unit, including Lieutenant Bigest and Officer Torres, for once not keeping them in the dark and showing them that he needs their help taking down Reed in the season final. How Voight takes down Reed will define the future of Chicago PD. Voight needs to tackle Reed carefully for the sake of his unit. Reed is likely Voight's toughest adversary thus far in Chicago PD because both police officers think and function in similar ways, posing a potential hazard for Voight. The sergeant is enraged at the disbandment of his unit. His unwillingness to answer Chapman when she knocks on his door at the end of the episode suggests that Voight may resort to his old corrupt methods and maybe kill Reed. Chapman believes that they can still fight this case together, but Voight feels bad for including her and his squad rather than lone wolfing it as usual. Voight can keep fighting and rely on support from Chapman, Ruzek, Atwater, and Trudy to properly catch Reed in the act and take him down by the book to prove that Voight is truly a good police officer and consistently relies on teamwork. How Voight stands up to Reed will define the future of Chicago PD because he has to make a choice about what kind of leader and police officer he truly wants to be. The easier path is that he could fall back on his corrupt tactics, which will likely eventually catch up to him and be his downfall. Or Voight can keep fighting and rely on support from Chapman, Ruzek, Atwater, and Trudy to properly catch Reed and take him down by the book to prove that Voight has truly evolved as a cop and as a man. Thank you for watching video. Please subscribe My Youth Chicago to our channel and stay with us.